Money back. Money back. Money back. Make it like a money back. Money back. God, I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday. That's just what I say. I said, babe, it's. He said it's a. Them pretty. You look like Beyonce. Looking like money back, money back, money back. Money back, money back, money back. Yeah. Money back, money back, money back. Money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front. I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. On the return, here's a speedy Jamison Crowder. Now McNair looking for a first down throw. And incomplete to open things up.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Here's McNair. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did.
But that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7.
Set! 3-19! 3-19! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Now a handoff looking right. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked number 1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll give it to him up the middle. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal. set up to throw. And that is incomplete. It was a safety, Kevin Byard, that time, who was able to knock it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And Lambo will put this one through, and the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You talk about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. And the Titans getting set to go. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over. An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
On 1st down, it's McNair. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now McNair. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did.
Okay, after those first 2 drives, I think there's a head coach who's going to be called for CSI. They're going to want some forensics on this. What is going on with this ball club? Unable to hold on to the football and take care of it.
Yeah, 2 straight fumbles for them to start out.
Yeah, you would think that this team would come in ready to go. Sometimes just mentally not prepared, and it shows up in these types of plays.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to look deep down the field. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Flushed out right. Open man right side is Sharp. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll make it 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have 6 to their lead. And he's got it up and through. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First and 10, McNair uncorks one for Davis. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Now the try here for the point after. Extra point safely through. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
This one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle to Smith. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Watch him now, Barney!
Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. They've got a third down and a yard to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there.
Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
They'll look to throw now on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. No gain, and it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now back to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags.
Detroit! Detroit! No, check, Patriot!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. Steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And Lambeau will put this one through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. On second down, Johnson. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. First down now, but that clock rolling. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when we clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle it. That's what you're looking for.
Ohio!
second down. McNair buying time to his left. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. First down now, but the clock continues to move. From the gun, here's McNair. Being chased out left. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. McNair. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Taywan Taylor, and it's 3rd and 5.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. McNair toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Titans moving quickly here. They're in the hurry-up.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And the pressure gets to him again. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top, as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. They'll come out throwing here on first down. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Now let's go.
He'll look to throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. They'll drop to throw, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days. Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
McNair to throw. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. He got 29 yards that time.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Here we go.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
Now McNair. And a hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go!
They pitch it out to Johnson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So they come away from this opening drive of the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
The Jaguars getting set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
And with the play clock reading 4,
39.
we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at...
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Back to throw here. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Gone!
Back to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
17, Detroit!
He'll drop to throw. And that's caught by Smith. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a first down.
I was going to say on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just got to shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Gone! Over!
They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
from the shotgun. He'll look to throw. Sharp's got it, left side. A good pickup there, a 22. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. He'll get it up the middle. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the great move out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
They'll set up a throw. That is intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Tie game, 4th quarter. You're already in the red zone, well in field goal range. You can't throw a pick there.
And you know I want to give all the credit to the defenders, right? I mean, they made a play on the ball. But bottom line, you set up the situation perfectly. You've already got the field goal in the bag. You've got to make sure you take care of the football in that situation.
Flex round, flex round, flex round, flex round.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to air one out. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10.
Flex round. Ohio, 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 Ohio. Flex round, flex round.
To throw, McNair. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And down he'll go at the 25. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can...
He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Titans. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Titans are going to take the lead. And that was a 3rd and medium situation. Thought they might pass it. They ran it, and they're glad they did.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. That's a surprise to me that they ran the ball in that situation. Usually you worry about trying to get that kind of yardage on the ground against NFL defenses. Instead, they crossed them up. That took a little fortitude to make that call. And, boy, it matched up really, really well. The element of surprise plus an excellent execution, off he goes.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
Gun, 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 gun. Hurry up, here we go. 319, 319.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this will be caught at the 30. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 51 yards.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw, deep depth, and that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Now McNair looking for a first down throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Now McNair. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on third and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
From the gun, here's McNair. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Fielded at the 33. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They go play action here on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown. And they've broken our tie here in the final minute. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now a handoff, Johnson. And they get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. The Titans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Ohio! Flex round!
Back to throw. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. Oh, some strong running. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yep, the opportunity squashed. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Jaguars, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll have another home date next week as the Indianapolis Colts come to town. Meanwhile, for the Titans, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.